In my opinion, Strinova is not only the 2024 game of the year, but it's the best shooter to release in recent memory. Its top-tier anime-inspired art style and character design, solid gameplay, great performance, and its basic yet innovative movement mechanics make for an unparalleled gaming experience. I will give a brief rundown of the game and its inner workings, but before the video starts, I want to state that I solely play Escort, so all of my opinions and experience correspond to that game mode only.
Movement.
Stringify is Strinova's premier movement mechanic. Characters have the ability to turn into 2D platforms of themselves and allows players to evade incoming fire, glide, and hold onto or climb walls. When directly engaging in medium to close range combat, turning 2D while standing on the ground decreases the size of your hitbox. Combine this with strafing and you become an elusive, hard to hit moving target. Climbing walls and gliding creates verticality and allows you to quickly scale maps and reach the front lines. That being said, it is still in your best interest to prioritize positioning, map control, and aim.
Combat.
All weapon types are satisfying to use. Assault rifles have good range and damage, SMGs have high rates of fire, snipers are beefy and slow, and shotguns deal tons of damage up close. It's what you would expect from any shooter. The secondary weapons are versatile. The default Stinger is great with its high rate of fire, Athena rewards precision, and Ninjato is a solid melee option that can be spammed in close quarters. The Ignis is a pocket shotgun that deals massive amounts of damage up close, but only has 3 shots. I feel like it could use at least 5 or 6. Lastly, the Ember Spit is a close range flamethrower that is effective at eliminating aggressive opponents. Time to kill is slow due to players having high health and shields. However, well-placed headshots can swiftly put an end to enemies, so precision is key. Throwables are very useful in Escort, with the exception of the Tattletale, which specifically caters to demolition. All nades can be spammed at the payload to prevent enemies from either attacking or defending. The default frag can destroy shields and instantly kill weakened players. Fragging is extremely satisfying and is amazing for area denial. The healing grenade is an essential support tool for keeping you and your teammates alive. Smokes and flashbangs are great for pushing or obstructing enemy vision. The slow and windstorm grenades disrupt player movement, but the latter being very unique. It forces enemies to glide up into the air, which makes them easy targets to skeet out of the sky. Lastly, the interceptor acts similarly to a trophy system. It destroys all incoming enemy throwables. All in all, everything in Escort is well balanced and you can see people using pretty much any combination of characters and utilities. No meta has developed as far as I'm aware, and Escort is basically Strinova's take on Payload from Team Fortress 2. Both are fast-paced, chaotic, and a blast to play.
Agents and skills.
Characters are referred to as agents, and each one has 2 activatable abilities called skills and 1 passive trait. These are common in the hero shooter genre, so if you play any games classified in that category, you should feel well acquainted. I've never personally played any class-based shooter other than TF2, so it took me a while to become accustomed to not just knowing when to use my skills, but remembering that I even had them. I eventually figured out that in Escort, it's best to spam your skills on the payload the same way you would spam throwables. Ming, Madalena, and Michelle can all spam their active skills on the payload to either damage or slow players. Audrey can sit on the payload and essentially become a moving turret. Agents with skills that grant them buffs can hold key positions or extend into enemy territory. It's important to learn how to play a handful of agents because there is a 1-player limit per agent. The character design, voice acting, and graphics are stellar in quality. It's apparent that the developers poured a lot of love and care into the game despite the initial cost of $0. The female agents are visually and aesthetically pleasing. Their personalities range from super serious to joyful and bubbly and everything in between. I'm not bothered with the lack of male agents, but the 3 we do have are exceptional. There's a lot of in-game dialogue you can read and a few cutscenes you can watch for anyone who cares about the story. Outside of the core game, there's something called an oath system. You can use in-game rewards to level up your relationship with one of the game's characters by giving her gifts. Each level grants you a gift in the form of emotes or skins and player chips. There's also an inventory system where you can manage your in-game rewards and sequence cards. Sequence cards are what you use to pull in the store. Being a gacha means that obtaining specific items is a challenge, so I highly recommend buying the Battle Pass and the monthly Crystal card. These ensure that you will gain at least some decent items for a low cost. If you feel like spending more money, go for it, because all the character customization is really good. There's a decent amount of alternative costumes, weapon skins, sprays, player chips, and emotes, all of which are of very high quality.
Performance.
Being a stylized, cel-shaded game correlates to high performance across all PCs. I played on my ROG Ally on a mix of different settings and was able to achieve constant 100 plus frame rates. My main RTX 3060 PC runs the game flawlessly on max settings. Note that there are infrequent stutters that occur during intensive combat, but it's not a big issue and rarely happens. Hopefully a future update can fix these issues. The Steam Deck lists the game as unsupported, but I can definitely see it becoming at least playable. It's more than capable of running the game.
Conclusion.
I've always wanted an anime style shooter, and Strinova exceeded my expectations. It's everything I ever wanted and more. I'm looking forward to future updates, and I'm anticipating the addition of new agents and casual respawn based game modes such as King of the Hill, Attack/Defend, and Control Points. If you're into shooters or anime style games, I wholeheartedly recommend you give it a try. It's literally free.
For 2 easy payments of free. That's right, free.
I'll be amazed for 2025.
Bruh.